Morning, Mike.
How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Um, let's kick on then. How are you looking? Has the enforced sort of break given you any sort of fitness boost rather than fitness concerns?
Yeah, got a couple back. Obviously, the concerns are the couple who've gone back on off from loan. But yeah, we've got a few back from injury.
Yeah, quickly on Scott Twine and Brandon Cooper. How big blows are they? Because they've been two really impressive players for you this season.
Well, it's down to a couple of others now to step up and stake their claim for a spot in the team. I'm hoping that it won't be such a big loss because it means somebody's come in and done well. But listen, they're two very good players that if you look from the start of the season, they've been exceptional for us.
Is there any possibility of? I mean, you've made a bid for Scott Twine. Has that developed at all?
No.
Well, had a no, or it hasn't developed?
It hasn't developed.
Still hopeful?
No.
Fine. So it's basically you've said goodbye to him.
Listen, yeah. I think it's going to be a few bigger clubs interested than us.
Okay. You've brought one in. Obviously, he's not eligible for tomorrow. How many more have you got in mind now, Mike?
I've done 3, but it's not announced yet, so I'll have to keep quiet. And I'm looking for another, probably 4 or 5, if I'm honest.
Wow, that big a turnover this month.
Well, you think 5 of the loans have gone back. There might be 1 or 2 from the squad leaving. So that'll be close to 7 out. So I can't be short. Cannot be left short. With the position we're in, and want to make sure everything we cover all bases.
Looking ahead to Sunday, you've got a dome on the pitch now. Have you seen it? And just what do you think of it?
I'm thinking about going to stand underneath this, so my hair grows. Apparently, it's brilliant. No, I think it's a good idea by the football club and by obviously the Dragons. So Mark Jones and obviously our side have worked together and got it. Doing everything they can to make sure the game is on, or the games are on. So yeah, it's good initiative. It's been on the front foot, and it's hopefully giving us every chance for this game to go ahead.
Yeah, are you confident it will now? I mean, you can. When will it come off? Will it come off Sunday morning? Is that the idea?
I'd probably say Sunday afternoon, if I'm honest. Obviously it's a game on this Saturday, which I don't think it's ideal, but it is what it is. And then look, they'll have it back up after that game, so it stops the overnight frost, and yeah, I'm sure it'll be off tomorrow afternoon.
So you've got another Premier League, Sunday. You've got another Premier League club coming to Rodney Parade, Mike. I mean, you're getting used to this now, aren't you? But you never take it for granted, I take it.
I'm trying to get all 20 teams lined up, 20 Premiership teams. So you can say that, yeah, you've managed half a season in the Premier League, so to speak. It's going well. It's good. The players deserve all the credit as usual. They're the ones who do the business on the pitch. They've been exceptional for the majority of the season. Everything they've done, training from the first day of pre-season. It was uncharted territory with what we've had to put up with the COVID issues, and they've been so professional, and I can't fault them.
Is it fair to say that you probably wouldn't be able to mount this promotion sort of campaign without the finances you've got from the FA Cup? Has it basically financed what you're trying to do this season, the FA Cup?
I think we'd be struggling to still be here, Rob, if it wasn't from the FA Cup. You have a look. After the Great Escape season, we were heavily in debt. I think it was close to 700,000. It wasn't until the following season where we've drawn Tottenham, played Leeds, and then drawn Tottenham in the cup, that we were able to clear those debts. And then since then, we've been able to put money in the bank and build on it. So, it's a fantastic achievement from the players, from the staff, and it's something that I'll always be proud of.
What about Brighton then? What have you made of them, and how well do you know Graham Potter from his time down here?
I've met Graham a few times. He's a very, very intelligent man. He's somebody I've got a lot of time for. We've had some good conversations. He's done really well in his managerial career so far. But look, I'll be honest, I'm going to be trying to beat him on Sunday. I'm not getting caught up in anything. He's a really nice guy, and hopefully I'll have a chat to him after the game. And they're littered with top professionals, players, as you expect, being a Premier League team. But it's Rodney Parade, and we know anything can happen there.
What's been the common ingredient, would you say, throughout all these cup games that you've had at Rodney Parade in particular?
I think every time the boys have risen to the occasion, they've not been startled or on their back foot. They've been on the front foot. They've been up for it. They've raised their game. They've shown that they are good players against very, very good players. Even the Man City team, I'm going to say top world players. So they've risen to the occasion and all been consistent.
But they've always had fans there as well, of course.
Yeah, but we didn't against Newcastle or Swansea or Watford, this season. And I thought we played exceptional in all those games. Excuse me. So, I'm not using the crowd as an excuse or the pitch, actually, because, we've played against Newcastle, Watford and Swansea when the pitch was very good. And we played against Man City when the pitch was bad and they managed to play football. So, I'm not using it as any excuse.
Last couple from me. We don't know if Ben White is in the Brighton squad, but obviously you had him for a season. He'd probably go down as one of your best ever loans, wouldn't he, in your time?
He's the best loan the club's ever had. I'm certain on that. I said it. He'll go on to play in the top level, which he's done, and he'll go to play for England, which he will do. He's an exceptional lad. I was talking to him last night. I'm looking forward to seeing him if he's down, and I'm very, very proud of him. He deserves all the credit. All we did was give him a platform to show what he can do. He took everything on board. He wanted to improve, and you could see when you've got a young professional with the attitude he has, then and the ability he's got, then sky's the limit.
And last one for me, Mike. You've been COVID tested this week, all your squad. Everything clear on that?
Getting tested now.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, no, it's got to be within 72 hours of the game. So we'll do it today. Hopefully everything's all right for, we'll know by the morning.
From now on, you'll be tested twice a week.
Yeah. So, it's going to be tough for the physio and Lewis Binns as well. Tom and Lewis are going to be flat out because obviously we haven't got many in that department. So we're all going to have to chip in and help wherever we can. But look, it's forward thinking by the PFA and the FA. So I think the safety of the players and the peace of mind is paramount because look, nobody wants all these outbreaks and worry whether their health is going to be affected. So it's a great initiative.
Mike, I wish you the best. See you Sunday.
Cheers. Thanks, Rob.
Chris Kerwin, do you want to go next?
I might. We tapping up Ben White for the team. Was that what you were doing?
No. Yeah. Listen, we keep in touch, so we speak now and then. But obviously, I thought I'd give him a message just to see how he's doing, and hopefully see him on the weekend. Or hopefully not.
In his position, obviously with Brandon going, you alluded to players stepping up, and I guess this is the opening someone like David Longking has been waiting for.
Yeah, I haven't made a decision yet what formation or what team we're going to go with. So, it's still up for grabs. We've got another 2 days training. And we've got some decisions to make. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, whoever, it's going to be two come back in. And the good thing is we've got Ryan Taylor and Josh Laverty back available. So that helps.
You mentioned the finances put the club on a good stead, but equally, probably the Newcastle game, this one is helping you to be as proactive in the transfer market as well.
Well, actually, at the minute, what I've brought in, I've done quite well. It's very, very minimal cost. One has cost nothing at all. The other two are minimal. So I've got quite a bit to spend because I've saved a lot.
That's it, because there's a lot of work that goes into these loans. I know it's stating the obvious, but it's really it's important, isn't it, to get the right fit, even though there's a risk with having loans, as you and Swansea found out this week.
Of course. Listen, it's difficult. The players are not yours, and when they play well for you, it's always you run that risk of them getting called back by their parent club. When they're really poor, the parent club run the risk of you sending them back. So you actually want someone in the middle who can be really good the second half of the season, so they can't get called back. So it's a bit of a. I'm gonna have to learn that one. I'm gonna have to work out how to do it. So I haven't worked that one out yet, but I'm sure there's a few other managers who haven't either.
With this cup game, does it feel different because there's not maybe the buzz that you're a Newport man? There's been a buzz around the place in the build up to the past ones, which is just harder this time, isn't it?
Listen, obviously we missed the crowd. We know that it's not the same football without the crowd. That's simple. But for me, it's the FA Cup. We're playing the Premier League team at home, live on BT. So there's still a buzz here. The boys are still excited. The staff are still excited. And I'm still excited. For me, it's the best cup competition in the world. And it's something that I loved watching when I was growing up, and I'll continue watching until the day I pop my clogs.
It's great for the fans as well that they're still excited by this, but they've also got the proper promotion push as well. It's incredible times for them.
Well, yeah, it's we would have taken staying in the league, I'm sure, at the beginning. Well, I know we would have, because that's what I got told. So yeah, we're doing extremely well. I'll never settle for that, man. Just staying in the football league. It's not where I want to be. I want to be, challenging, competitive, and I want to be playing these kind of games in FA Cups or Carabao Cups. It's you want to play against the best and work against the best.
Do you think, because Graham Potter obviously knows a bit more about Newport, I'm sure they've done their research, but do you think they will rotate and maybe think they've got enough as teams have done in the past?
I hope so. I don't think they will. They've got to be looking at it that they might have a chance of getting to the final, maybe winning the tournament. Any Premier League club should be thinking that, if I'm totally honest. There's going to be teams, let's say the top six, I'm sure will rest players during this competition. So, look, they've got to be looking at, it could be a chance to get to Wembley and win the FA Cup. That's what I would be doing if I was a Premier League manager. Obviously, staying in the Premier League is more important, but I'm sure that they can cope with both of the size of the squads they got.
Just finally from me, Graham Potter, he name-checked Josh Sheehan, which shows just how good his season's been as well. And this is sort of how important will he be against Brighton? Depends
how cut up the pitch gets Saturday. Look, he's done extremely well, and Graham. Listen, Graham is a top professional. A really good manager. He will be taking this seriously. He won't be. Taking his foot off the gas. He'll want to win this game. They got 2 tough games after that. They got Man City away, and then Leeds away on the Wednesday and the Sunday, I think. So, look, it's not an easy 3 games from 3 away games on the bounce. So, yeah, he'll want to start off with a win. Hopefully, we want to, upset them and get in the next round of the cup.
So just remember, Oldham moved their game. That was never considered by the club, was it?
No chance. No chance.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to be forward thinking, and the board and the Dragons deserve a lot of credit for that. It's not that expensive. It probably would have cost more to travel down. So I just don't understand why you would allow it to get to that.
Good stuff. All the best.
Chris.
Rob Cole, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. How much is the dome costing you, Mike? Is it going to eat into the profit you're going to make out of the television?
Don't know exactly, but I'm going to say roughly around $5,000, and that's probably between the two teams. So it's $2,500. It's
right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, fine. So, but the point is, you have to make a contribution to that. But it's the best way to try to keep the frost out, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. There is no other way. Listen, if we're worrying about paying $2,500 for a dome to get a third round of an FA Cup game against a Premier League team live on BT Sport, then we are in trouble. So I don't think it comes into it. Even if it was $25,000, it should be. It shouldn't even be a question.
But what do you make? 70 to 100 grand out of the TV?
I haven't got a clue. I leave that to the people behind the scenes. I know last season was more. It has been cut this season, but I don't know the exact.
Yeah, but it's sick. So I mean, you've always talked about getting a TV game, and you've had that with Newcastle this season. But what's the biggest buzz? Getting a Premier League team in the draw, or getting on television?
Depends what you're asking me, but yeah, both. This season it will be on because it's on TV, so the fans can watch. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, we I think from what we've done previous years, if there's a Premier League team at home, definitely we're going to be on TV because there's a chance of an upset. So
you've had a good bit of break. How much have you been on the grass, and how much has that helped you prepare for this game?
They trained as they have done all season. They've trained exceptional. They put the work in. So yeah, we've been able to go through a lot of things, and we will again today. So we'll do more again, and hopefully we can be as prepared as possible.
Yeah, we had the great story about the big dossier on Spurs and whatever you've done. How much homework have you done on Brighton?
Exactly the same. Every team we play, doesn't matter if they're Premier League or non-league, we'll do the same preparation for every game. There's no stone unturned. We don't get carried away. We're not arrogant. We treat every opponent with respect and how it should be.
Yeah, and we talked about Ben White and his qualities or whatever, but I'm sure Podge or whoever plays up front will know a little bit about him. And there was that great story you told us about the one thing he learned where, I forget where you were playing, but the ball went through his legs, didn't it? And he said you don't learn that in under-23 football.
No, exactly. He's a fantastic talent. Like I've just said, he's got a world at his feet, so to speak.
Yeah.
He's playing exceptional well. I said I thought he could play in that midfield role, and he is doing that in the Premier League. So he's. I'm so delighted for him because he's somebody that I've got so much respect for and admiration for.
Do you have to change any of your patterns of play now that Scott Twine's gone?
Well, hopefully not. No, because the other players should be watching and knowing what he was doing.
Yeah.
Whether they do it the same as him is a different story. But we work on our patterns of play, our movement. Of course, we adapt this certain times and change, tweak little things. But they know the roles, the responsibility and the roles they should be doing there.
Great. Well, look, it'd be great if you could have another upset. What are the odds? Have you looked at the bookies or not?
No, not allowed to bet on football, Rob. So I stay well away from it.
Good answer. All right. We'll be hoping. Fingers crossed, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Cheers for that.
James Nursey, do you want to go next?
Morning, Mike. Thanks for your time.
No problem, James. You okay?
Good, thank you. You've referenced the pitch a few times, Mike. What condition do you expect it to be in on Sunday?
Awful.
Yeah.
No. I think the dry weather and the frost would actually help it to a point where it'll be a lot flatter. It will be bobbly. We know that. especially because of the game on Saturday. But the ground staff have worked exceptionally hard on there. They'll have it in the best possible condition it can be in. So we'll try and have it flat, but it will be bobbly. We know that. It's just how it is.
Does that make you change your tactics at all? You know, do you tell the guys not to pass it back to the keeper, or you know what I mean? I mean, do you?
Well, I tell them that anyway. You know, any back pass to the goalkeeper, keep it out of the width of the goal. But no, we scored an own goal the other week doing it, so they obviously don't listen. So, yeah, it's one of them things. Look, they've got to make the decision on the pitch. I'm sure they'll make the right decisions on Sunday. Yeah.
Do you think this last one on the pitch? Do you think this sort of condition could be a bit of an eye opener to Brighton? I mean, I think the Amex has got a pretty slick surface, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. We played there last season. I hope it is an eye opener. I hope they walk through the gates of Rodney Parade and think they can't wait to get out of there. Look, you've got to use things to our advantage. We know 9 times out of 10 they win the game because of the quality and the strength and depth they got and the level they're playing at. But look, let's hope this is that 1 out of 10 that we win like we've done in the past.
Yeah. And, you know, you were mentioning earlier how, you know, you probably thought the club would be struggling if it wasn't for the FA Cup. And you also said how you'll be watching it until you pop your clog, so to speak. It sounds like this competition is so special to you, but also been a real lifeline for the club. Is that fair?
Yeah, of course. 100%. It's listen, it has kept the club going, James. It's as simple as that. Shut them out a minute. Sorry, Meg. It's kept them going. Simple. It's, you know, it's cleared all the debt. It's got money in the bank there we have, and it's allowed us to plan forward. A forward plan. It's been a saving grace, the FA Cup has, and that's, you know, part of the reason why it is the best competition in the world. You know, you have a Marine playing against Spurs. I'm so buzzing for him. You know, I'm delighted for Marine. It's playing Spurs, Jose Mourinho. It doesn't get much bigger than that. You know, players will never experience that again. You know, without being disrespectful. They'll remember that until the day they die, and their kids will remember that, and their parents will remember it. It's an unbelievable achievement for them, and you know, it's not just Newport County. There's some real lovely stories this season.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Cheers, James.
Jim Van Eyck from the PA. Do you want to go next?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Mike. Right, mate?
Thanks for your time. Hi. Yes, sorry, I had a few techie problems this morning. Put the hamster back in the Wi-Fi wheel though, so we're up and running again. We're having a chat with Graham yesterday, and he was saying about the FA Cup and the balance that the Premier League teams have to make between a decent run in the FA Cup and Premier League survival. Is it a different view that teams from the lower league who are going for promotion, do you hold the same kind of balance, or do you just go all out for both competitions?
No, Jim, if I'm honest, we can't afford to dismiss the FA Cup because of what it means for the finances. So if you go back 2 seasons ago to when we drew Tottenham, that draw was more important than getting promoted. So that is the financial implications that we've got to deal with at this level. Yeah, it is what it is. It's polar opposites. You know, it'd be nice to have that that conundrum where you can just pick the league over the cup competitions. But listen, whatever team come here, I know Graham will have them taking it seriously. So you know, it is what it is.
Is that a bit of a reality check then, maybe for higher up, because you see a lot of, and I guess with the EFL Cup as well, some of the Premier League teams might not have their focus, and that then might set the situation up for an upset for a lower league team.
Listen, what other clubs do and other managers do is nothing to do with Michael Flynn or Newport County. I can only say that, you know, how much I respect the FA Cup. you look at Pep Guardiola, for example, and Mauricio Pochettino. That the two managers who have come here, they played strong teams. They respected the competition, even though they were going for the league, they're going for the Champions League. So it can be done, but maybe it's a little bit different again than the bottom end of the Premier League, because if you could do right in the league, that can be financially ruining as well. So look, it is a tough conundrum for clubs for different reasons across the country.
Right, I think that's it.
Just a quick one. How did the Ben White loan come about? I think looking back on it, he arrived quite late in the window and hadn't played any league football at the time. How did that move come about exactly?
Well, I got notified him by my agent, Kevin Nichols. He mentioned him. I watched him, and it was a no-brainer, if I'm honest. He doesn't look after Ben, but he recommended him to us. And we had to go and watch. We went to watch him, we watched the clips, spoke to him on the phone, had to convince him to come because there was a lot of people in for him. Thankfully, we managed to do that because he's not looked back since. And we were very fortunate to have a player of that ability here at Newport County FC.
Obviously, the club had just steered clear of relegation. Is there a risk associated with taking a punt on a player who hasn't had that league experience?
No, listen, as soon as I seen a minute of his clips, I didn't even have to really go and watch him because it was a no-brainer. There was a financial penalty attached to the loan if he didn't play a certain amount of games, which maybe could have scared the club, but it was it didn't even come to the head. I said, look, they can double that if they want because he will play. He's that good.
Just finally, did he surprise you with how well he performed that season in the end?
Not how he done, technically, sorry. How he handled men's football and League Two did impress me. That if there was ever one doubt, it was his what was he like physically in the men's league, and within a game or two he'd gone straight through. Funny enough, the old Brighton captain El Habd in a 50-50 come out with the ball and hit a 60-yard diag straight to, I think, Frank Newell's feet. So that put everything to bed after the second or third game. So yeah, there was no worries at all.
Sounds like Ben. Thanks very much, Mike.
Cheers. Thank you.